Hello, I'm Dieter Loosemore and you join me for a review of The Crew. This is a cooperative trick-taking game from Thomas Singh. This gained a lot of buzz over the last year or so. It won awards, and whenever games win awards I go, that's great. But it doesn't draw me to anything, and then I sat down and played it. Well, I bought it because I heard enough about it and I needed to top up an order to get free shipping, because that's how companies work and they're so good at it. They keep getting my money. And I got it and I played it and went, yep, it's worth the hype. It's great. So that's spoilers. That's the whole review. Done. Good. No, I'm not going to explain how to play or do many of the rules. I've done a rough rules video for that, so do check that out if you want to see how it works a little bit more. But I'm going to go through kind of the areas that I look for in a game and give you positive and negative things. It's a review after all, of what I think about those things. And typically I start with the mechanisms. Now, trick-taking is a mechanism I am familiar with. I mean, like many people, I've played Hearts and whatnot on the computer, but not really delved much further than that. I had the understanding of everybody plays a card, highest card wins, but you've got to follow suit, and then some games add extra rules to mix that up. And I had got The Fox in the Forest because I played predominantly two-player games, and it was a nice two-player trick-taking game, nice and easy, good, fun. So I was familiar. And in all honesty, I'm not particularly big on cooperative games. They're okay. I tend to... I think I have a problem with alpha gaming. I like controlling my stuff. And I like helping people make choices, but some people don't want my help, and that's great, that's fine. They should be able to enjoy it as much as I should, and they probably have better ideas than I do, so there's always a little bit of tension with me in cooperative games unless I'm being taught it. Then I love it because they're clearly in charge. That's not a thing. The beauty of The Crew, the mechanisms here, is yes, it's trick-taking, but you can't tell people what's in your hand. You have to figure out silently. You cannot alpha game. I can't say, well, I've even tried, and people might not understand what I'm talking about because I'm following the rules, trying to be obscure. Being like, oh, if only this, that, or the other, if only, you know, obviously somebody will play this now, which is against the rules, and I've stopped that. I might do it when I'm teaching just to get people used to the concepts behind the game, but I've learnt to cut that out, which is great. And then there's just this joint tension of trying to play the right things at the right time to achieve the missions in whatever order they come out, and sometimes it's impossible and it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes and you just want to go again. It's so compulsive because of the combination of trick-taking, which is nice and simple, mixed with cooperative, interesting, but hidden information. Oh, that combination of mechanisms is glorious. I don't use that word often. It was weird coming out my mouth. I don't think I've really used it to describe a game before, but it is glorious. Theme-wise, it's a space crew. It works. Each mission in the logbook gives you a little bit of story, so if you want to tell the story as you go, you can. There's the rules about doing it as a campaign and working your way through, logging your successes and failures. You can. It's there. It provides enough theme, but it is just a card game in the sense of a deck of cards. I don't mean just a card game. I love card games that use predominantly cards. That's not what I mean. But it's 1 to 9 in 4 suits and then a couple of special cards. That's it. There's not huge ways of linking the theme to that, so they've done a good job with that with the logbook, but don't expect too much. Again, art and graphic design is super clear. I'm really pleased that each suit has a symbol as well as a color so that the accessibility is increased. That's great. The art again is fine. It's spacey. It's people in space suits. Cool. Does the job. Production quality. For what this tiny little box gives you, the cards are good quality, the tokens are thick enough cardboard. There's really nothing bad to say. It's not, I wasn't blown away by the production, but again, it's a little card game. What can you do? I'd quickly say if the cards were bad, they're not like the sturdiest things I've ever seen, and my mind is blown at these new ceramic cards or some nonsense. It's a good deck of cards. It is. But where I think it really excels because of that combination of mechanisms is then who it's for, who you can play this with. My experience thus far, the answer is anyone. It really is. Now, I suppose I'm used to certain people and I have access to certain types of people, so maybe it isn't anyone. But gamers, there's something for them to get over and to understand and to figure out and then to just enjoy. Non-gamers, it's familiar enough because it's trick-taking, which is known. It's familiar enough that you can get them involved. It's cooperative, so everybody loses. You don't feel stupid if you don't do so well because we want you to succeed. No one's going to get angry. We might get frustrated because someone made a mistake and, oh no, we've lost it. But it's such a short game. You just shuffle it up and you do it again. You go, right, this time we're going to do it this time. And so it just draws people in. And the box says 3 to 5, but it has a 2-player variant, which I don't typically like AIs. I don't typically like fake players, but this works so well because you, between the two of you, have agency over this. It's not a random card coming out. You have some of the information, so it helps you plot out what to play, when to manipulate who's, let's make them go first so that they can play this so that I can then do that. So you could do, yes, so then we cheat. Brilliant. It is for anyone. So 2 to 5, I would generally say 2 to 5. Yes, 2-player is a variant, but it's so good at 2. It's so good at 3. It's so good at 4. Have I tried 5? I'm not sure. No, don't think I've tried 5. That intimidates me a little bit. The more people, the less information you have. That's going to be a nightmare, but one I would love. The tension, the feel of this game is excellent. Do check it out. It's £10-15. That's about all you're going to pay for this. So good. Check it out. It's worth the hype. I love it. That's my review of The Crew. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this or you want to see other things, do subscribe to this channel if you don't already and hit the bell icon so you stay updated when I put out new videos. Just search Win Some Lose More on the usual social media platforms and you'll find me. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of this? Do you think it should have won the awards or not? Do you like trick-taking? All that stuff. Just shove it down in the comments. I love hearing back from you. I'll be back soon with another video. I look forward to joining you on it. I've been Dieter for Win Some Lose More. Thank you very much. Goodbye.